Okay, listen to this. What if the reason your legs feel weaker as you get older isn't age at all? You've probably been told it's just part of getting older, right? But here's the truth nobody's talking about. The real culprit might be a quiet deficiency that's been building up for years, and it's robbing your legs of their strength every single night while you sleep. See, scientists have discovered 3 simple vitamins that can actually retrain your muscles and nerves while you rest. No fancy equipment, no expensive treatments, just nutrients your body's been begging for. The crazy part? They're natural, affordable, and backed by legit research. But you'll almost never hear about them from your doctor or see them pushed online. Here's what's wild. Missing even one of these vitamins can triple your risk of falling after 60, slow down muscle recovery by over a third, and increase leg cramps by nearly half. But when you take them the right way, especially before bed, studies show your legs can get stronger in just weeks. So if your legs feel stiff, weak, or unsteady when you stand, this might change everything. Because these 3 vitamins don't just protect your muscles, they rebuild your strength while you sleep. You've probably heard people say, getting older just means slowing down. But what if that's completely wrong? What if your legs aren't getting weaker because of age, but because they're starving for something your body quietly stopped producing years ago? Most folks don't realize this, but there are 3 vitamins your body needs every single night to keep your legs strong and steady. Skip them, and it's like cutting the power to your muscles while you sleep. You might start feeling those tiny warning signs, a bit of stiffness getting out of bed, slower steps, a shaky balance you brush off as just age. But here's the thing, it's not just age, it's a deficiency. Researchers have been shouting about this for years, but it's not the kind of thing you'll see advertised on TV. Why? Because there's no big money behind it. These nutrients are natural, cheap, and incredibly effective, which makes them almost invisible in the world of flashy supplements and overhyped miracle cures. And the numbers are no joke. Studies show that missing even one of these vitamins can make you 3 times more likely to fall after 60. It can delay muscle repair by 37% and raise your odds of painful leg cramps by over 40%. That's not aging. That's your body crying out for what it's missing. But here's the wild part. Once you fix that deficiency, everything starts to change. Seniors who take these vitamins before bed report stronger legs, less pain, and better balance within days. It's not magic, it's biology. Your body simply needs the right tools to rebuild itself while you rest. So, what are these vitamins that can literally help your legs come back to life overnight? Let's start with the first one, and it's way more important than most people realize. But here's where it gets wild. The first vitamin isn't some exotic compound, it's one you've probably heard of your entire life, but most seniors are still dangerously low on it. Alright, so here's the deal. The first powerhouse vitamin on this list is B12, and trust me, it's not getting the attention it deserves. You've probably heard of it before. Maybe you've even seen it on the back of a multivitamin bottle. But what most people don't realize is how crucial it is for keeping your legs strong, steady, and responsive. Think of B12 like the electrical wiring that connects your brain to your muscles. When your body doesn't have enough of it, that signal starts to flicker. Suddenly, your brain's messages don't make it all the way down to your legs, and that's when the problems start. Fatigue, numbness, wobbly steps, or those random nighttime leg cramps that hit out of nowhere. Here's where it gets even crazier. After you hit 60, your body has a harder time absorbing B12 from food. It's not your fault, it's just biology. As you get older, your stomach produces less acid, which means you can't extract enough B12 from the protein you eat. You could be eating steak or eggs every morning and still be running low, and when that happens, things go downhill fast. Studies from the National Institutes of Health show that nearly half of people over 60 have low or borderline B12 levels, and most don't even know it. The early signs are sneaky. Tingling in your feet, stiffness in your legs, a weird heaviness when you stand up. But as it progresses, it starts to affect your balance and coordination. Some people even get misdiagnosed with Parkinson's or neuropathy when the real problem is just a B12 deficiency. Here's the good news. Timing is everything. Your nervous system does most of its repair work while you sleep, which makes bedtime the perfect moment to take B12. It fuels that overnight rebuilding process so your nerves can reconnect and your muscles can regain strength. And no, it won't keep you awake. In fact, many seniors report sleeping better after adding B12 to their nightly routine. The best kind? Methylcobalamin. It's easier for your body to absorb, especially in sublingual form, where the tablet dissolves under your tongue and skips the digestive hassle entirely. Most people start noticing results in just a couple of weeks: steadier steps, quicker reflexes, stronger legs. Give it 6 weeks and the difference can be life-changing. This isn't hype, it's hard science. When your nerves can finally talk to your muscles again, your whole body feels alive. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The next vitamin doesn't just restore leg strength, it rebuilds muscle from the ground up. So once you've got your B12 handled, it's time to talk about your body's ultimate recovery booster, vitamin D3. Yeah, most folks think of D3 as the sunshine vitamin, something you get from being outdoors. But here's the thing. After you hit 60, that old advice doesn't really hold up anymore. Even if you're walking your dog every morning or gardening in the sun, your skin just doesn't produce as much D3 as it used to. About 75% less to be exact. That means you could spend an hour outside and still come up short. And when your D3 levels tank, it's not just your bones that take the hit, your leg muscles suffer too. See, D3 plays a direct role in muscle protein synthesis, the process that rebuilds your muscles after everyday movement. Without it, that recovery cycle slows down big time. You might notice it as soreness that lingers longer, legs that feel heavier in the morning, or stairs that suddenly feel like a workout. That's not just fatigue, it's your body waving a red flag. And here's the kicker. When you take D3 before bed, you line it up perfectly with your body's natural repair window. While you're in deep sleep, your muscles rebuild, your hormones rebalance, and your strength quietly returns. Clinical studies back it up. Older adults who took D3 at night saw a 34% drop in falls and nearly a 20% increase in leg strength within just 3 months. That's massive. Most people have no clue that this timing matters. They'll pop their D3 in the morning or forget it altogether and then wonder why they're not seeing results. But when you take it before sleep, everything clicks. Your body absorbs it better, inflammation goes down, and those restless, cramping legs start to calm. Worried it'll mess with your sleep? Don't be. D3 actually helps you relax. It regulates the same brain chemicals that control mood and rest, which is why so many older adults report sleeping deeper and waking up more refreshed once they start taking it regularly. To get the best results, go for vitamin D3, not D2, and pair it with a little healthy fat. Think a sip of almond milk or a bite of avocado. Most adults over 60 see the biggest improvements around 2,000 to 4,000 IU per night, but you can always check with your doctor to dial in the right dose. When you fix your D3 levels, you're not just building stronger legs, you're giving your entire body a second chance at movement. But hold up, because the final vitamin on this list doesn't just strengthen your muscles. It actually tells your body where to rebuild. Alright, now this last one might just blow your mind. Vitamin K2. Hardly anyone talks about it, but it could be the single most underrated nutrient when it comes to keeping your legs strong, flexible, and pain-free as you age. And no, we're not talking about K1, the one from leafy greens that helps your blood clot. This is K2, and it's on a whole different level. Think of K2 as your body's traffic cop for calcium. It literally directs where calcium goes. Without it, calcium can end up in all the wrong places, your arteries, joints, or soft tissues, which makes your legs stiff, your knees crack, and your movements slower. But when K2 is present, it sends that calcium straight to your bones and muscles, right where it belongs. Here's the wild part. Even if you're already taking vitamin D3, it can't do its job properly without K2. D3 gets calcium into your bloodstream, but K2 is what tells your body where to put it. Skip K2, and all that extra calcium can actually backfire, leading to stiffness, cramps, or even joint pain. That's why these two vitamins are like a tag team: D3 builds and K2 guides. In one study from the journal Nutrients, older adults who took K2 daily saw their leg strength jump by over 20% and their balance improve by more than 30% in just 2 months. That's not placebo. That's muscle fibers waking up and working the way they used to. And those who took it at night saw the biggest difference because, once again, Bedtime is when your muscles and bones do their real repair work. The form that works best? MK7, a version of K2 that stays active in your body much longer and helps keep calcium moving where it should. It's tough to get enough from food. Unless you're eating aged cheese or fermented foods like natto every day, you're likely running low. That's why most older adults need a supplement, especially if they're already taking D3. When you combine the two, it's like flipping the switch on your body's natural repair system. Your muscles recharge, your bones get denser, and your legs start feeling like your legs again. People report less soreness, better balance, and even smoother walking within weeks. So if your legs have been feeling weak, your knees ache more than they used to, or you just don't move like you once did, don't write it off as just age. This might be the piece you've been missing all along. And here's the best part. Once you start giving your body what it's been asking for, it doesn't take long to notice the difference. So here's the takeaway. Your legs don't get weaker just because of time. They weaken because your body quietly runs out of the raw materials it needs to rebuild itself. And the good news? You can fix that. When you combine these 3 simple vitamins, B12, D3, and K2, you're not just supporting your legs. You're reigniting your body's natural repair system. B12 reconnects the nerves that talk to your muscles. D3 fuels the recovery process that rebuilds muscle overnight. And K2 makes sure every bit of that effort goes exactly where it should, into your bones and strength, not your joints or arteries. Within days, many people start noticing they're steadier when they stand. Their legs don't ache as much. Stairs aren't as intimidating. That's your body saying, finally, I have what I need. And the best part? These vitamins aren't expensive, risky, or experimental. They're natural, science-backed, and proven to help your body do what it's designed to do: heal, recover, and move freely again. So if you're over 60 and you've been feeling that slow, frustrating loss of strength, maybe it's time to stop blaming age and start restoring what time has taken. You don't need a miracle, just the right nutrients at the right time. Your legs have carried you through life. Let's make sure they keep carrying you for years to come.